Welcome back to I Reckon. I have two brief NDE stories today. Survivors who share their experiences of the afterlife before they came back. A survey found in the Today paper found that 55% of people are absolutely certain there is an afterlife. 37% are not certain, while 8% are certain there isn't an afterlife. But for those who have had a near-death experience, the question is clear. The first one is about a girl named Anita Morjani. She actually went on to write a book about her experience in further detail. For many, the question of what happens when we die is a mysterious one. Anita Morjani, her experience, she says, "I believe that I died, yes, that I crossed over into the afterlife and back." Morjani said the afterlife is like being in a really unlimited space and time. She was diagnosed with lymphoma back in 2002. Morjani, who considers herself more spiritual than religious, she was losing her cancer battle, withering down to just 85 pounds, and battling tumors from the base of her skull to her abdomen. She slipped into a coma in February of 2006. She said that's when she died and crossed over to an afterlife. "I felt as though I was above my body," she said. "It was like I had 360-degree peripheral vision of the whole area around, and not just in the room where my body was, but beyond the room." According to her, she said she was reunited in that state with her late father, who told her to turn back. He said that she's gone as far as she can and can't go any further. "I won't be able to turn back," she said, "but I felt I didn't want to turn back because it was so beautiful. It was just incredible. For the first time, all the pain had gone, all the discomfort was gone, and all the fear was gone. I just felt so incredible," she said, "and I felt as though I was enveloped in this feeling of love, just unconditional love." She said she had an incredible clarity where everything started to make sense. She said she decided to return to her body because she believed that it would heal very, very quickly, and it did. Within 4 days, she said, my tumor shrunk by 70%, and the doctors were shocked. She said, "I kept telling everyone that I know I'm going to be okay. I know it's not my time to die." Morjani isn't alone in connecting a crossover experience to healing. So the next one is this little girl. Her name was Annabelle Beam. She had a chronic digestive disorder. She was diagnosed when she was at age 4. But at 8 years old, Annabelle Beam experienced intense pain and frequent hospital visits. She was always so sweet and gracious. Her father, Kevin, said she wasn't making a big deal out of it, and she was suffering in silence. But the suffering started to overwhelm Annabelle. She said, "I told my mom, 'Mama, I don't want to die. I just want to go back to heaven with Jesus where there is no more pain. I don't want to be in this much pain for the rest of my life.' She said, "I was so committed to just giving up that sometimes whenever I couldn't sleep, I'd kind of try and figure out what would happen if I did die. Then I decided my mom would come with me. My dad would stay and watch my sisters." Annabelle's mother, Christy, refused to believe what she'd heard. "I remember thinking, that's not what she said," Christy recalled. "She doesn't know anything about giving up. She's a fighter." Days later, Annabelle said she fell 30 feet from a tree branch that cracked while she was sitting on it with her sister. Annabelle claims that after bumping her head 3 times on the way down and falling into the hollowed out base of the tree, she died and went to heaven. She said, "It was really, really bright, and I sat on Jesus' lap, and he told me, 'Whenever the firefighters get you out, there will be nothing wrong with you.' And I asked him if I could stay, and he said, 'No. I have plans for you that you need to fulfill on earth. You cannot fulfill them in heaven.'" A few days later, she told her family about her experience. Her mom said that she was very matter-of-fact on the subject. and that this is actually what happened. And after she told them, she stopped talking and looked out the window for the rest of the trip. Now, all her symptoms are freed up, and Annabelle has gone on from taking 10 daily medications to none. She fell 30 feet head first without any injuries, not even one bug bite, her mom said. She came out of the tree hours later wet, muddy, and with scratches, and she's well. The tree which toppled due to weather remains in the Beam family front yard, besides a cross Kevin carved after the accident. "I'm glad that I didn't ever try and cut it down," he said. "I don't think that this tree was actively involved in a miracle." Christy, his wife, agreed and said it had a purpose. It was a vessel. Annabelle, who continues to climb trees, feels fortunate. "Most kids aren't ever healed," she said, "and so anytime I see a tree, I'm just grateful and happy." Those are the 2 short, brief experiences I have today. Be nice in the comments, my friends. I reckon we'll return.